Go. So welcome to SHEVEGA. Our logo is Pets Are Family. And today, delighted to have you friends and of course a dear friend and business partner, Dr. Malina Fielder, with me here today.
Hi.
Hi. And the purpose of the webinar today is the facts and myths of vegan dog food. So just before I hand over to Dr. Malina Fielder, I'm just going to provide an introduction from both of us. So we set up SHEVEGA to educate and really provide a solution for the vegan pet food industry and for people. I myself am an ethical vegan. I've been vegan for 13 years now, and I have a actually 13 coming 14-year-old Springer Spaniel who's been vegan now for 8 years, and he's flourishing. And we wanted to really look at a number of things. So first, from my background, I'm an international lawyer. I trained as a corporate lawyer in a large city law firm. I left to do international law, and then many different aspects. I've traveled extensively, etc. But what I care about is what's happening to the planet, climate change, and the impact that our consumption or consumer habits are having on the planet. And I knew that, I became an ethical vegan because I love animals and I care for animals. And I turned Bono, my coming up 14-year-old Springer Spaniel, into a vegan dog because I realized I loved him too much, and it didn't make sense for me to go and feed him other animals, like more sentient animals. Like, it was very easy to just get something off the shelf, which was, cows, pigs, lambs, and feed it to him. It didn't make sense to me. And of course, that industry, and Malina can tell you much more about that. She's been advising the global pet food industry. It's not producing good food for animals. It's not healthy. It causes, many health problems later. So what are our main motivations and goals? So our goals with SHEVEGA is, one, to educate both of us as professionals. Malina, of course, is a senior vet, and she will sort of give an introduction on why, it is possible through science, through facts, and through experience to have vegan pets, and also to reduce our impact on the planet through our carbon human footprint, and also the paw print, which is also an important contributor, because obviously animals eat, our pets eat other animals. So that's our motivations and goals, and also showing that it's actually very easy to do that. And also, as two women, we're very passionate about having women's voices. Of course, my industry is very, very heavily male dominated, and they think in a particular way. And I, as a woman, am really, really, it's important to bring our voices and, to have that wisdom as women to be put out into the system. And why are we supporting the global vegan movement? So I've done a lot of advocacy, particularly around sort of injustice, untruths, and as lawyers, we're paid. Now, for the last 10 years, all of my work, bar 1 year, has been pro bono and charity. That means I'm giving a lot of my time for free, or I've been paid very little for work to work on causes which would not otherwise, you wouldn't be able to get sort of advice from lawyers. And I do it because I'm at a point in my life where it is about legacy. It is about doing something good, and trying to help where we can. And that was the importance of Malina and myself getting together, was that we really wanted to develop advocacy later through science and facts and law, because of course law is a very, very important contributor to the system, and to bring our respective sort of professionalism and experience and use that in SHEVEGA, and certainly also as both of us to support the vegan global movement. We're delighted that we got accredited with PETA. So SHEVEGA is now a PETA business friend. They're using us in our campaigns, which is really fantastic news. We've always loved the work that PETA has done, and they work incredibly hard and for a very long time in terms of animals, justice, etc. So we're absolutely delighted to be here. And I'm going to pass you over to Dr. Malina Fielder, and she'll give an introduction of her experience in the industry, and then we'll start the webinar. Thank you.
Thank you, Ruby, for this wonderful introduction. I'm Dr. Malina Fielder, Senior Vet and Animal Nutritionist. Welcome to our SHEVEGA webinar, Facts and Myths of Vegan Dog Food, where you will learn why is meat unimportant for dogs. And thank you for joining us today. I will be talking about 3 important myths of vegan dog food. Number 1, dogs cannot live without meat. So I heard that so many times from my meat feeding owners, meat feeders. Also there were expressed so many doubts amongst vegans. So I try to explain that no matter what kind of protein you are giving, if you're giving all amino acids, you gave what dogs required, and they can build up their protein. But I found, by researching, I found the answer that helped me prove that meat is unimportant, and you will be surprised. It was through the help of meat-based pet food industry that gave me the proof that dogs do not need meat in their everyday life or diet. And I will explain how. So the known fact in the veterinary medicine is that gastrointestinal problems are the most common internal medicine problems in dogs and cats. And I'm talking about pets on meat-based diets. The problems are caused by food intolerance and allergies. And the only effective treatment is hypoallergenic diet made by the highest brand companies. And I'm talking about the leading companies in creating meat-based dog food that would never advertise or support anything regarding veganism. And these hypoallergenic and non-allergenic food or diets are based on the plant protein and 100% without meat. Why would nutritionist experts employed by these multi-million-dollar companies not add any meat in their specialized hypoallergenic dog food? When we know that they would rather support meat industry, but in this case, they're not using even 1% of meat. So why is that? Because of another well-known fact in veterinary medicine, that majority of dogs have allergies to meat protein. And another fact, the protein of choice for gastrointestinal problems is tofu. That's plant or soy protein. In fact, tofu is the only protein that is recommended by the scientists in nutrition that will help mucosal intestinal cell fast regeneration. Another fact, also known amongst vets, is that feeding meat is highly not recommended for dogs with gastrointestinal problems. And this means lots of dogs, and especially dogs with ulcerative colitis, that is really common with Alsatians or German Shepherds. Because from the simple reason that meat is causing immune system overreaction. And how good is that? So we are taking conclusion. Can dogs live life without meat? Yes. And we are not stating this from the vegan point. So I didn't research in the vegan magazines or science or whatever, but from the view of the meat industry supporters that are making normally meat-based diets. There are companies, leading companies in the world that have no interest to support vegan dog food, but they are making those diets to help dogs. And so lots of people who have dogs, they're allergic. They're using these diets, and these diets are 100% complete. They are balanced, but they're 100% without meat. So if this is, if this is so common, this diet is commonly used, then, and it's healthy and it's helping the dogs, then we have to say this statement is a myth, and we are breaking this myth with the conclusion that that meat is not important, or it's unimportant as the ingredient, and there's no reason why not feed 100% plant diets to dogs. Another two myths that I will just quickly pass through. It's commonly said the commercial meat-based food has lots of, the plant food has lots of carbohydrate, and that's not good for animals. But I don't know if it's known, probably it's not. Commercial meat-based food has, as a rule, 70% carbohydrates, because otherwise they can't make the kibbles without as much, and it's cheaper. While vegan dog food can be made with less than 40% of carbohydrates per 100% dry matter, if you want that. The third myth that I want to explain very quickly is that people say, well, plant protein don't have enough amino acids, they're not good quality, they're not good bioavailability. And I checked the legume protein with the meat protein. I found a similar amino acid profile between them, and essential amino acids like lysine, methionine, arginine, and they are very similar in bioavailability. And I found that the same amount of 40 grams of added meat protein or legume protein can fulfill all amino acid or protein requirements of 25 kilo dog daily. So I would like the next slide to talk a little bit about how, okay, sorry, that would be for Ruby to tell us about the latest research.
Fantastic, thanks Malina. And just to note that we've got Janine Clipstone who's joined us as well. So latest research about vegan pets. We have a friend, Professor Andrew Knight, who also teaches at Winchester University, and he's been researching on vegan diets and spent many years academically researching on that. And he's just released some papers which you can find at petfoodinnovation.info, where he talks about the analysis and tests that have been done on cats, where cats that were vegan for many years were actually found to have less health issues than cats on meat diets, which really sort of supports everything that Malina has been doing in her research as well, and formulating sort of vegan diet pet plans, and also the supplements as well. So we were absolutely delighted to have a colleague who was supporting as a professional the work that SHEVEGA is doing.
Great. Yeah. Okay. So I will come again to the previous topic. So adapting to human food. Why can we with certainty say that dogs can be fed 100% plant food? And that is about their feeding behavior, then adaptation to human food. We know before the invention of the fridges, not many people could afford meat. The meat couldn't be stored properly, so dogs were not fed meat like really often. So that's why they developed their you know, the habits with eating and abilities to digest. And dogs digest starch well, effectively via pancreatic enzymes and mucosal disaccharides enzymes. They're omnivore and they're opportunistic eaters, which means whatever food they can get, they will eat. So they can adapt very easily to plants. And I'd say the last probably 100 years ago, and before that, dogs didn't really have a chance like to get so much meat. Like they were more scavengers than hunters. They can hunt a little bit of some insect or some, you know, some very small animals, like if they're lucky, bird or egg. But they're quite adaptable to, and they adapt with their enzymes as well. So in the next slide, what do we have? The dog's eating behavior. We know that in these days, we can, with the help of science, we can offer our pets completely with confidence. We can offer our pets 100% plant food with all necessary and required amino acids, essential fatty acids, the different minerals, vitamins, and everything can be supplied on a plant-based. I think our dogs are just, if they accept the taste and the food is completely made as a complete diet, they will be happy with that. They wouldn't, like, for example, on the photo, you can see a fried duck, the vegan duck, and my dogs, they can't at all feel any or notice any difference there. They just love it. And why not? Why would we need to kill animals really to feed another animals when we have solution? So the next slide will, the only, I would say not concern, but I would say we should have a habit of checking our pets' pH of urine. And that's not only for the vegan food, vegan pets, but for meat-eating pets. In fact, what's happening, meat-based diets will also require pH check because they make the urine acidic. In acidic urine, you have formation of oxalates urinary stones, which can be only surgically removed, and they are much more dangerous than the urinary stones that can be formed in an alkaline urine, which will be more prone to be in plant-based, plant-fed dogs. But struvites that can be you know, alkaline, developed in alkaline urine, we can dissolve them, and we can offer to our vegan plant-based dogs acidifiers that are natural in oats, lentils, ascorbic acid, and methionine. And for the cat people, I can say, because it's more common in a male cat, so I'll just add for a cat owners, 200 milligram per cat every 8 hours until the normal pH of 6.5 to 7 is achieved. So that is methionine, it's synthetic amino acid. And this is the best, much better than nutritional yeast. Okay, so we have another slide with some explanation that Ruby, please,
Yeah.
can you?
Sure, absolutely. So, you know, the other thing about SHEVEGA that we're really passionate about is, you know, on these sort of plant-based diets with supplements and the appropriate diet plans, you can maximize longevity and the life quality. And of course, three things that we're aware of is that first, you know, I've noticed it with Bono, and I talk to Malina so much about this, is that you know, when, so just to give a little bit background, Malina was the founder of the modified human diet. So she was, you know, an expert in terms of saying to people, please use, you know, human-based ingredients to ensure sort of, you know, the health of your dog. And, you know, with Bono and SHEVEGA and the carbon footprint, what we've created is one meal for one pet. So, you know, my background is, you know, I sort of practice yoga, and the food is very much, there's, you know, it's more alkaline. And the question is, how can I feed that food with Bono? Obviously, there's no onions, there's no avocados, and, you know, everything that, you know, Malina can advise on in terms of what not to give to your pet. But I can share that same food with Bono, reduce my carbon footprint and reduce the paw print. And, you know, the passion around sustainability, pets, people, animals, planet, it sort of helps all of that. So that is the big mission of SHEVEGA, is to really look at how this one diet, so Malina's, you know, modified human diet, you know, with my one meal feeds Bono, can be sort of incorporated through the SHEVEGA supplements, which ensures that, you know, all the nutrients are provided and that it's healthy and tasty food. The other thing is, you know, as a yogi, and I talks so much about this, is about providing a safe and stable, calm environment. So, you know, as Bono's sort of, you know, he's coming up to 14 years of age. He's got, obviously, you know, he's got arthritis. That's a natural sort of genetic, you know, this particular breed does have a predisposition to have such, you know, issues. But the fact is, I'm seeing more of his personality because I'm more mindful when I'm around him. I'm not just seeing him as a pet where you sort of just pat him on the head and sort of leave him. I'm seeing him as a sentient living being. So SHEVEGA's got a bigger mission around also getting people to realize that it's not only your diet, but it's also the animal's diet, and it's also the connection. Once you have a connection with the pet, your pet, of course you're going to be mindful about other animals, and of course you're going to be mindful about the planet. And so it's a sort of win-win for what we call pets, you know, people, animals, and planet. And this is a lovely example. So whatever I eat, Bono just loves it when I share it with him. He just thinks, oh my goodness, I'm not getting something out of a bag. I'm getting something that she's eating. The bond has absolutely increased. There's a lot more trust. He's more relaxed. If he's more relaxed, he's healthy. If he's healthy and happy, I'm happy, which means that also it reduces the stress in an animal's body, which we don't know that we're causing to an animal, not only through food, but the way we are as well. And this is something, just to give you an example of how beautiful and easy it looks to prepare from the same ingredients. And you know, this is food that we simply cook at home. You can see, you know, we've got plates, you know, of human food, and that we've cut up and we've created for dog food. And it's just so easy and just wonderful. Malina.
Yeah. So, so all these ideas about how to create the recipes that are tasty for us, tasty for the dogs, is in this beautiful SHEVEGA booklet, A to Z Nutrition, where you can find how much supplements you have to give, because supplements are of the cruciate value in vegan dog food. If you just give plain diet without supplements, you can harm your dog. So really good quality supplements are the must. So we launched from in SHEVEGA something that like the mixture of vitamins, minerals, and other ingredients that I'll go through to be in one product. Actually, these are in 2 jars, and then we have a booklet explanation. But when you combine all these on the right side, that's the cross is there, that would be what is in SHEVEGA, all these like about 8 or 9 jars. We put in our ingredients because we think we have to really give our vegan dogs the best. And to be in one product is cheaper, more economic, easier for you. So you don't need to think, what am I missing? Am I missing anything? No, it's everything is here. And I'll explain. So our SHEVEGA supplements are based on the AAFCO standards. That's a body nutritional, like veterinary nutrition body that will scientifically they brought regulations. So then what are the roles of the supplements? On the next slide, we can see that the supplements, the dogs, in vegan dog food, all missing nutrients must be given through the supplements. So as I said, the science is helping us easily these days. We don't need to worry at all. But we have to be sure that we gave all of them. So I would say essential amino acids, and the critical one are methionine and tryptophan or taurine, and but for vegan dogs we have to add taurine and carnitine, and they have to be added for the health of their heart and eyes. Then essential fatty acids has to be added for the immunity. Every cell wall is made actually out of fatty acids, so you know, they have to be present there. Vitamins, B complex, D, E, minerals, calcium and phosphorus. Our vegan dogs, they don't have from anywhere else. They're not eating bones, so we have to supply them with minerals, with microelements like selenium, iodine. Antioxidants are extremely important. We don't see them at one place, like in one jar in other supplements. So we added them. They're all natural. Prebiotics to protect and to protect the healthy microbiome in the dog's intestines, and they're fighting. They will be supporting good bacteria that will fight the bad bacteria. And healing herbs, they are anti-inflammatory, they're helping joints health, intestinal health, nervous system, like the older elderly dogs, they need them. And then now we are going to see the proof is in the pudding, which is a video about the Bono, who is Ruby's pet.
I'm gonna sort of find it.
Is he gone?
He's suddenly gone. It's come up with something else. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Let me.
Yeah. While you're watching that, Bono. When I saw him first time, he was not really full of energy. He suddenly started turning into a puppy behavior dog, chasing cats. They were teasing him previously, sitting on the fence and teasing him. Now they have to run when they see a younger version of Bono. And he's 13 years old, almost 14, and he's all happy when he see Ruby preparing the homemade food. And these supplements are really helping him with his joints. So yeah, he's very happy and now and playful.
Do you know, I'm just struggling to get the video up. Yes, it was just all ready to go.
Yes.
But
you pressed and
yes, and it went straight to another video, and that was it. So, but it's a wonderful video where Bono's literally just running up the stairs, and this was when, you know, I was almost thinking, You know, he's 13, he's had his life, you know, he's getting old. But, you know, supplementing for a dog, I mean, you see the difference within, you know, 3-4 weeks, Malina. We started, I kept talking to
Yes.
you, Mike, look, he's doing this.
Yeah, becoming puppy again.
Yes.
He's
And that,
really, because I saw him as well, and it's such a big difference.
yeah, and I'm just so over the moon because, you know, it's, yeah, just makes such a difference when he's happy and full of life. And
Yeah.
the final slide is, so the website's SHEVEGA.com, and SHEVEGA is SHEVEGA.com. And we also have built a community. So you can find us at Facebook.com, and then it's SHEVEGA Premium Nutrition, and Facebook.com SHEVEGA Pets, where we talk about sort of recipes, advice, everything. So I think we're going to open it up to the floor. And yeah, so thank you so much for being here. I'm just going to stop the recording and we'll open it up